What is up and welcome back. If you are new here, my name is Justin, and in this video I'm going to be trying out 19 tech deck and fingerboard related items that I got on Amazon and giving my opinion of them. The first item is not specific to fingerboarding, but a lot of times I get asked what I use to film my fingerboard clips, and as important as the camera is, the lighting is also very important. This is a LED desk light that is adjustable, sits about 2 feet high, and can be adjusted, as well as has some different warmth settings for the light, as well as can be adjusted up and down and anywhere in between. It also has a built-in USB-C port to charge my phone, and the light does not flicker even when filming slow motion. For an inexpensive desk light, I definitely recommend this one. For this next item, if you like to take your fingerboard on the go, a case is a really good idea. And I ended up picking up this inexpensive USB-C case holder. It had mesh kind of pocket on both sides, and I took the mesh pocket out on one side, leaving the pocket on the other for tools, as well as plenty of room for a board. And I like that this has a dual zipper, as well as a hard shell kind of case to keep the board protected, as well as keep the pocket lint out of the wheels and bearings. The hard shell case gives some protection, as well as it's small enough to fit in my pocket, or it also has a little carabiner to fit on a belt loop. This next item comes in super handy. It is a compact precision screwdriver kit, and it comes with 2 different handles. Both of these super lightweight aluminum, as well as the tips, which comes with 4 different Phillips screw head drivers, as well as 2 different flatheads. And it also comes with the wrenches. And only one of them that I tried so far actually works on fingerboard and tech decks, but the other ones are a little bit smaller. This one definitely works perfectly. And it's super fast taking off the nuts and as well as the screws. And I like that it has a super lightweight feel to it, where I can really make sure I'm not stripping any of the threads, as well as really fast for screwing it back in. I also like that it comes with 4 different sizes of the precision Phillips head screwdrivers. This allows finding the perfect screwdriver head to match for the screws, and depending on which type of trucks you have. And I found one worked better on tech decks and the other one worked better on my other trucks. This zips up, and I also really like that it's small enough to also fit inside of my pocket, about the same size as a fingerboard. For the next items on the list, I'm going to check out fingerboard completes from Tech Deck Performance Series all the way up to Budget Pro Completes, all the way up to Pro Completes from Tech Deck. For the first item, it's going to be the Tech Deck Performance Series. This is a wooden board. Comes with standard Tech Deck trucks and rubbery, kind of grippy, non-bearing wheels. Overall, these are an alright starter setup. However, they can be a little bit more challenging if you're a complete beginner, just because of the lower mold shape and making it a little bit harder to pop. I have a full review on the channel if you want to check that out, and these are a little bit harder to find. However, I did find this pack, or kind of like a combo, with the obstacle as well as a wooden Tech Deck Performance Series for about the same price that most places are charging for just the Tech Deck Performance Series. This comes with a pouch, which I'm pretty sure is the Tech Deck Performance Series, as well as a wooden obstacle with a built-in metal grind rail. And opening up the pouch, it is a wooden Tech Deck Performance Series, and pretty much the same that come in the wooden boxes when you buy them individually. First thing I'm noticing is that the rail is pretty short. Definitely makes doing combos a bit more challenging. And like I said, this is just a Tech Deck Performance Series, so it does have the same as the standard trucks. And the wheels are pretty grippy on these, which I'm not a huge fan of, and they do not have built-in bearings. They are, in my opinion, a little bit of an upgrade, especially for a little bit more realistic feel from the standard plastic tech decks. And at under $20 for the set is definitely a great value. And recently I also found the same set on Target online. It was on sale for a little bit cheaper, so definitely worth checking out. I'll put all the links in the video description down below. For a bit of an upgrade from a tech deck without paying the full professional fingerboard price, I definitely recommend checking out Teak Tuning. And this is their Gen 2 Complete. It has their Gen 2 trucks with built-in pivot cups, nice wooden board, as well as CNC bearing wheels. And they also include a set of their upgraded bubble bushings. They have these completes available in a lot of different options as well as different graphics. And for even more options, you can check out Teak Tuning's website directly. They'll have even more options when it comes to completes, as well as trucks and parts to upgrade your tech decks and other fingerboards. And on Teak Tuning's website, you can use the channel code STICKYFB for 10% off of your order. Up next is a Spitboards complete fingerboard. These are pretty similar to Teak Tuning, and they have some upgraded parts as well as upgraded bushings. Another great option for a starter setup. For the next setup, this is actually my very first Broken Knuckles P-Rep complete. It's a little bit over a year old, and you can see the real wear has been worn in a little bit. And this is the newest one that I got from Broken Knuckles. It's a 36mm V2 complete, upgraded trucks with built-in pivot cups and urethane bearing wheels. One of my favorite picks for the budget complete options. These also come in a 32 and 34mm option, and for somebody just getting into fingerboarding, I highly recommend. Moving up to pro level completes are going to be the Tech Deck Pro Series, Series 1 and 2. Sonic is going to be part of the second generation that came out this year, alongside Santa Cruz Graphic, April, and an Element. And the Zero board is from last year's generation that came out with a Plan B, Revive, and Primitive graphic. And overall, they're pretty similar as far as the board goes. It's a wooden 5-ply board with different color plies in the middle, a little bit shorter tail than the nose. And the foam grip on the new one is going to be a lot thinner. Both Series 1 and 2 come with a nice metal T-tool from Tech Deck. Really nice quality, as well as a box that the board comes in, and also double features as a fun box with the little metal ledges on it for doing grinds. I have a full in-depth review of both the Series 1 as well as Series 2 Tech Deck Pro Series on the channel if you want to check that out. But the main difference between this first series and the second series is going to be the thinner foam grip tape on the newer series. This one has pretty thick foam grip tape, as well as the wheels on this one are a dual core wheel. And the outer core is a really soft material, almost like a eraser on a pencil. And I found it to be way too grippy. The second generation have a lot harder, kind of like a resin, almost plastic feel to them. But good amount of grip at the same time, can kind of slide out of stuff. On the other hand, the first series were way too grippy, where it almost grips to any material and you really cannot pivot out of any tricks. The first series of wheels also have an issue with bearing slip, and especially with the wheels being super grippy, the bearings tend to kind of move in the inner core. They also did an upgrade to the pivot cup on the newer series of trucks, and they're less likely to blow out. Overall, the Series 2 has some nice upgrades over the first series. However, the first series has been on sale for under $40, which is a great value. And even at $69.99 for the newer version, I still think it's a pretty good value, considering that it comes with a box as well as an obstacle included. Up next is an inexpensive clip-on fisheye lens for an iPhone or an iPad, or for any mobile device that you can clip on a camera lens to. And this is from the company Keywing. Comes with a metal clip as well as a screw-in lens. And then this just clips on the phone and slides into place. And this is perfect for getting those wide angle shots if you don't have a device that has the wide angle lens on it already. And a lot more field of view that you can see, as well as cool for catching slow-mo, and it just has a really cool look to it with the fisheye lens and the round shape. Up next is a wooden quarter pipe with metal coping rail from Reiko's FB. This is definitely on the smaller, more compact size when it comes to quarter pipe fingerboard obstacles. Really nice size for a desk though, or if you want a smaller size quarter pipe. It's under 8 inches at 7 inches and 3/4 long, and then about 5 inches deep by almost 3 inches tall. And it is super lightweight. I'm going to go ahead and use some of the foam grip that was included with it and just put it on the back here to keep it in place. And while this ramp is on the lighter side, the overall build is really nice, and I like that the whole bottom is sealed up and it makes it so it's not as loud. And with the foam grip on the bottom, it definitely stays in place a lot nicer and has a really nice feel. The only thing that I did notice is that the coping does stick out a little bit. And if you have smaller wheels, it makes it a little bit more challenging. You just have to kind of pop up over the coping. But overall, really nice build quality, and for an inexpensive quarter pipe that is wood, definitely recommend this one. These next items on the list have been out for almost a year and I've yet to see them in any stores, but it is the World's Smallest Tech Deck Series 2. And just for size comparison, this is a Tech Deck Pro Series. Earlier on the channel, I upgraded a World's Smallest Tech Deck Series 1 using Tech Deck Pro parts. If you want to check that video out, it is up. And I definitely recommend these. They're kind of a fun little size board to play around with. The next items are not specific to fingerboards, but I use these Posca markers to draw on my DIY fingerboard park as well as a bunch of other stuff. Next up are some obstacles in the Tech Deck Pro Series Daily Grind Pack 2.0. The red tabletop picnic style bench is an updated take on an obstacle that came out from Tech Deck many years ago. And it's fully metal, has a really nice sound as well as feel when doing grinds and tricks on it, as well as the bike rack. Really nice realistic materials and really good build overall. I have a full review of this on the channel as well if you want to check that out. And one of the biggest downsides to this set is just that it is a little bit on the short side. However, it is a nice size, especially compared to other Tech Deck obstacles. And when you put the two obstacles together, it's really fun to do different combos and tricks off of the two. This next set of obstacles is the Tech Deck Pro Series Daily Grind Pack 1.0. And I have seen this on sale a few times. It comes with a resin, almost like plastic jersey barrier, a wooden fun box with a metal on one side, and then kind of like imitation, almost like resin bricks. And then lastly, a grind rail. This set came out last year and I have a full review of them on the channel as well. But overall, they are a little bit on the less sturdy side when it comes to fingerboard obstacles. And the fun box is probably the most sturdy. However, it is on the smaller side, so doing tricks on it is a little bit harder. Same thing with the rail. It is not as sturdy as other rails that I've used. And also it is very short. This can provide a good challenge, but if you're trying to learn combos, can also make it a little bit more frustrating. I found using a little bit of sticky tack definitely makes the obstacles a little bit more sturdy. And overall, this is a really fun pack, especially for the price when it is on sale. The last item on the list, but definitely not least, Tech Deck handboards are finally back. These are going for $15, and I think they're really nice quality, especially considering the price. They unfortunately don't come with a tool, but they do come with some nice rubber, kind of softer wheels. No bearings, but they do spin for a little while. And they also have soft bushings, makes the trucks nice and responsive. I have a full review of these up on the channel as well, and I'll put the links to all the products in this video down in the video description down below. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button as well as subscribe for my next videos. Until next time, peace.